guys, how's it going? Caitlin here, and welcome to my kitchen for another week of meal prep. I hope you guys are excited. This is a feel good about yourself later activity because you're gonna feel awesome when you have 3 meals ready to go, all that stress gone from your week of what to make for dinner and how to put it all together, gone. Okay, so focus on that feeling. This week's menu, we have chicken pot pie soup, French onion chicken bake, and Greek bowls. So we got lots of chicken, but you can swap out the protein if you want to. Always make it your own, right? I've got 3 varying levels of prep depending on your level of motivation, how much time you have at this moment. But if you want to get the time to table results that you see in the meal plan, you might want to go with me all the way to level 3. Times can vary, of course, because, you might be a little quicker than somebody else, or I might be a little quicker than you. Who can say? Let's get started, shall we? And I'm actually going to start with something in level 3, because level 3 is stuff that will do itself while we are doing other things, and that's how you're actually going to earn back time this week. Pretty cool, eh? Because time is priceless. So we're going to cook some rice. You can cook your rice on the stovetop if you want to. You can cook it in the microwave if you want to, or you can use your pressure cooker if you want to. That's what I'm going to do. Love a pressure cooker. Speaking of things that do things while you're doing other things, pressure cookers are just a magical, magical thing. Okay. So you can do rice, you can do quinoa. I'm doing rice. Because quinoa is just one thing that has been a hard sell so far with my kids. They're not quite buying me on it. Rice, however, they will do. And this rice can do double duty for you this week as well, or you can use it for the Greek bowls as well as on the side for French onion chicken bake. So you can do a little more and then just take it out and have the leftover stuff with it. If you prefer rice day off, that's fine too. Because you know what, when there's something that we as gluten-free people eat a lot of, it's rice. And sometimes when you eat something a lot, you almost become like a snob for it. Just because you're so accustomed to it. So when you try it and you have it one way, you don't really want to switch back to the other. Or sometimes your week is just so busy looking ahead at it that, you know what, you're in survival mode. And then you're just trying to do all the things, and that's okay too. Because when you're in survival mode, that leftover rice that lasts a few days is going to sound a whole heck of a lot better than if you have time. If you have time to put your stuff together and you feel relaxed putting your dinner together, that is just going to look way, 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 way different. So you can use a food chopper if you want to. I am going to be using my electric twist and chop. And I'm actually going to do my onions and my garlic both at the same time. Wild like that. Now, they're going to store together anyway, so figure I may as well just put them both through on this. You can also just chop these with a knife. Maybe get some mad chopping skills. I have really klutzy skills, so it doesn't always blend so well with a knife. I shouldn't really be trusted with many. My favorite little food processor. It is small, but it is mighty. I'm just going to put garlic in there really quick. Then I'm going to chop it more with the onion. that is 1 diced onion, 3 cloves of garlic, my goodness, okay. That's enough to make a lady cry. Okay, gonna put that over there. I've actually got a little more to do with onions, so I'm gonna put it in the same container. Part of what I gotta do is slice 1 onion. You can either use 1 large onion or you can use 2 smaller onions if you want. Do whatever sounds good to you because that is exactly the right thing. All of these recipes are made and meant to be modified, like they're made to suit what you want. This is supposed to work for you and your family. It's very easy to make little swaps there. If I'm using broccoli, if your family's not into broccoli, maybe you go with some green beans or something instead, right? Like, does not have to follow any specific rules other than, well, whatever rules work for you. The main thing is this gives you a really good starting point because we actually get decision fatigue as people. You think of all the decisions you're gonna make every day, and then not just for yourself and your life and your home, but also for maybe some little people in your life. Just getting all the make myself cry out at the same time, my goodness. And I'm actually gonna do 2 onions. As a family, we tend to like our onions. And it always just adds to the flavor of whatever you have anyway, so. If we look at it day up and there's a little too much, well, that's fine too. We'll find a place to use it. There we go. Got some onions all taken care of. Peel and dice a couple of potatoes. If you want to leave the skin on your potato, you definitely can. You don't have to peel it. You could save this whole step for yourself if you felt like it. Just dice up the potatoes and store them in some water. Whatever you do with your potatoes, store them in water. They will keep fresher that way. If you put them in your fridge any other way, they're just going to turn funny colors and do weird things. And you're going to look at that and think, dude, I don't want to put that in a slow cooker or any other kind of cooker because it looks nasty. You know what? You'd be spot on the money. It's gross. So store it in water and you can avoid all of that. It's a good thing to know for if you make potato or French fries at home. If you're doing hand cut fries, you also want to make sure you store those in water for at least 30 minutes before you cook them because it makes them crispier. I know. Fun fact, and so easy to do, right? So even if you plan on having fries one of these days as a side, you could slice up some potatoes, make them into fries, put them in water. They're gonna be even better when they've been sitting in the water for a little bit. cube these up whatever size you want them to be. Maybe you're particular, maybe you're not. Go. Some diced potatoes, gonna put some water in them now so I don't forget. The best time to do something is when it comes to mind for me. If I have to do it later, then I'm never going to think of it. It's just never going to be a thing. Know your weaknesses. If you know your weaknesses, then you can find your strengths, right? So, I'm going to be doing this step. I'm planning on doing my soup, paleo, mostly. I do paleo plus potato. So instead of using peas and carrots, which you can easily, you know, you get those bags that have peas, carrots, sometimes it's peas, carrots, corn, or whatever. You can just use that frozen and put that into your soup. Or chop up some other veggies if you are paleo and you don't want to use peas. But this could also be an excuse just to clean stuff out of your crisper anyway. So if that's the case, go wild. Honestly, the celery looks like it's on its last legs, so it's probably for the best that I'm using it for this now. Soups like this are always a great way to make sure that you're using any fresh produce that you have in your drawer, because really, once it's in a slow cooker for a while, it's fine. It doesn't matter if there's like a little bit of it or a lot of bit of it. Like, it's good. It's fine. You can just throw it in there. It'll be good. And it is no accident that kind of every week you're going to find something where you can sneak extra veggies into if you need to use them up, like whether it is a stir fry or a salad or a soup or a stew. Like, it's going to be something that'll help you use up any of your extras. Okay. So none of these have to be diced up real small. They're going to be in the slow cooker. I'm going to put them in the twist and chop again though. Just because, you know what? I'm already using it. Might as well use it a tad bit more. Why I like this twist and chop, it works very quickly because it has a blade that goes up and down in it. Instead of just going round and round like your typical food processor, it actually goes up and down. It makes it work like probably twice as fast as a regular, and yeah, I'm just a huge fan. I was from the first time I ever used it. Maybe I want to do my celery after. That might be smart. Let's go smart. I probably chopped it a little small. I've forgiven myself already. Okay, it says 3 cups. I'll probably end up with a little more, and I'm okay with that too. So I'm gonna use up the rest of this celery. If you ever are wondering, all the really like leafy small stuff in the middle of the celery, if you're a broth maker, those are perfect for doing broth. Or get more flavor out of those ones. Go. So I'm ready to pop that in the soup as well. Let's see, what else do we need? So that's starting cooking now. Fabulous. Gonna flour out some broccoli. If broccoli does not float your boat, choose something else. Try to make it green. Just go for it. If you're replacing a vegetable in a recipe, just replace it with the same color vegetable. Or try to be conscious of having different colored vegetables throughout the week. You want to try to eat as much of the rainbow as you possibly can. It's very Skittles, really. So if you aim for tasting the rainbow, not the Skittles rainbow, but like the natural fruit and vegetable rainbow, then you are going to get all the nutrients that you are really needing. You're going to get the variety that you need. Just look for the colors. Nature tried to make it easy for us. We're the ones that complicate it, okay? There we go. And I mean, our bodies do a pretty good job of making it fairly complicated for us as well. Okay. I'm gonna dice up just half a red onion. So I'm gonna empty my compost. Looks like my bin's pretty full. Let's go. Wonderful. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna use my twist and chop again. I'm just gonna rinse these other veggies out of it though. There. Just a little quick rinse. I didn't really want the carrot and celery in with the red onion. You could, it would be fine. Just I'm thinking about weird things. There you go, all diced. It's like once you already have the tools out, you're already using them, might as well to get as much use as you can out of it. And that is one of the nice little perks of meal planning, is you actually do a little less in dishes because you're not taking these prep tools out every day to use. Yeah, you know what? I might not choose to take out the food processor if I was just prepping for one meal, and then I'm gonna take twice as long chopping and dicing or doing whatever it is that I'm doing. So this saves me the time, but also the effort later on, which is lovely. Okay. Now, there's only a couple things left to do. You can dice a cucumber, which I forgot to buy a cucumber. I know. Who makes the grocery list? Me. Who forgets things off a grocery list? Me. If you're one of me, I see you. You're my people. So you can dice the cucumber, or you can wait on that if you want to. If you're scared it's going to be mushy. Usually they tend to hold up well for a little while. And Kalamata olives, I bought them already sliced. If you don't have yours already sliced, then you could slice them. Okay? Oops. So, if that's all you have in you, congratulations, you did awesome. You completed level 1, which is actually the hardest and the biggest level this week. It is the one with the most going on in it. So you will love yourself definitely when you reach in your fridge and you find stuff that is prepared instead of just ingredients. And if you're along with me for the rest of the ride, then come along with me. Let's get it done, shall we? So I'm going to, let's see. Okay, this one's nice and easy. Just getting some seasoning ready. So just imagine that you're putting salt on your chicken. Imagine you're putting some pepper on your chicken. Okay. Second guessing myself a little here for that. Oh no, disregard. I'm not. This isn't for the chicken. This is for the soup. So you may want to have a little more. Okay. Now we're just gonna put some rosemary and some thyme in there, and then that's gonna be all our seasonings ready for the soup. Day of, if you want to add a little more salt, a little more pepper, do it to taste. You certainly can. But this is a good starting point. I know I'll put more salt in, and because when I use broth, I don't use a jar of broth. It's just a powdered bone broth, so there's no salt in it, which means I end up adding a lot more. Okay, so seasonings for our stew, right there. For our soup, sorry, same thing. Chicken pot pie soup, stew. Now, time to grate some cheese, shall we? Calls for a cup. You can do more or less depending. If anybody in your family is dairy free, you might be doing a little less. If people are cheese fanatics in your house, you might be doing a little more. You can always buy cheese already shredded. However, you will find that you get more options if you buy your cheese not shredded. And usually you get less ingredients. So those are both nice perks. Plus, look at that, it takes no time at all to do it, right? It's just an easy thing to do. You do pay a premium generally on buying your cheese pre-shredded as well. So you pay more, you get less. Nobody wants that either. So we just saved you money there. Perfect, right? Okay. I was hoping I had a marinating bag there, and I do not. Apparently I need some more bags. I do love those bags. I love the silicone bags. They're just literally always in use in my house. They're in the freezer, they're in the fridge. We use them for camping. They're all over the place. I'm gonna prepare a marinade for our Greek chicken. So you can use olive oil, you can use avocado oil, use whatever oil you got. forgot to fluff my rice. That wouldn't have been good. Gotta make sure you have your nicely fluffed rice. Okay. Here we go. What else do we need? Some oregano. So, got a couple cloves of garlic here. If you wanted to do a little more, you certainly could. Garlic is one of those things you kind of measure with your heart. Got our oregano, our garlic. Now we got salt and pepper. And just a little pinch of cumin in there, not much. Just a little bit, add the flavor. There we go. Now that's ready to add with our chicken. And guys, if that's all you have in you, you have completed level 2. You did awesome. You did great. You are going to be overjoyed at all the things you've done. And if you are sticking around to the very, very, very bitter end with me, congratulations. You have made it to the last thing in level 3. That is, unless you add a little bit more yourself, okay? So, right now, well, maybe before you put a chicken on the cutting board, maybe just go through your fridge, see what needs to be used and what could be incorporated into some of the dishes this week. So, if you want to find any veggies that are going to go bad, throw them in with your stew, etc., then now is the time to take them out and process them. If you're not going to be able to use them this week, you could still process them and freeze them, okay? So that they're ready to go for you whenever you need them. Always make sure though that you mark on the bag what it is and when you processed it, so that you're not looking at it someday and being like, what the heck is this? Why do I have like 4 bags of spinach? No, you wanted to know what it is when you put it in there so that you can actually use it. And that's the way that you're going to save money. Once again, it's being prepared. It's thanking your future self. It's kindly writing yourself, your future self, a message on the bag that tells you what it is that you're looking at. Because as much as you want to remember, you just might not remember, and that's okay. Like, you get enough other stuff going on in your head, you can't possibly keep it all. So, if you want to have your chicken, today, or even if you want to have it tomorrow, if you want to have the Greek bowls that early, then go ahead and mix up your chicken with your marinade now, and then you will be ready to go. Keep it easy for yourself. Oops. So I'm going to throw it back in this bag. I'm just going to throw the marinade on top of it. As I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, yeah, that sounds good for summer. I can go for that. Here we go, guys. Everything is all set. It's gonna be an easy week. Everything from here is just going to fall into place. And you know what? When your evenings fall into place, the rest of your week tends to as well. If your evening dinner goes well, you're probably gonna sleep better. You're gonna have less worries. You're gonna have more fun. And it seems like such a little thing, but do not doubt for a second what you just did here. It's self-care. It's not just care for your family, it's care for your own mental health too. So I hope this helps you. And you know what, guys? Thank you so much. I will see you next week. Bye-bye.